cameras than smartphones.
Of course we are. Okay, first thing we're gonna mention is, do you see the lighting on this video? Yo, we got a ring light over here, courtesy of Steven, which is awesome. By the way, grad school for electrical engineering.
Yep.
Congratulations for that.
Yeah.
See, MIT gave him an offer. He was like, man, I don't want those nerds. We don't need those people over here. Isn't that right, Steven?
Yeah. I'm like, they work at different things.
Yeah,
I work on practical stuff.
Yeah, dude, they're doing theoretical shit.
Exactly.
That's like, I mean, how much in theory can you go before you're just like, okay, bro, how, like, come on.
Exactly.
Like, let's just calm down, like, with the 26 dimensions for a second. Let's just live in the now. But, so you are working on, like, autonomous cars. You're doing a lot of futuristic shit.
Yep. Stuff most people haven't seen. Stuff you probably saw in the news and probably won't hear about until it actually come out.
If you see, like a radioactive spider bit someone, they turn into Spider-Man, you know who's working on the spider.
Man, it's not in my field, though, okay?
Right. Like, if anyone, that'd be me, like, biomedical.
Exactly.
So I'm the guy who made the spider. Sorry, but thank you. Hey, the spider was pretty cool. Okay, we thought it was a good idea in the lab at the time. Yeah. But, so right now we're pretty much going to talk about how amazing your smartphones are.
Yep. And
so you were just telling me, like, the phone you have in your pocket right now, which we're assuming you have a smartphone, is, like, give a ratio of how strong that thing is.
Alright. So
like the current iPhone, right? Or
okay.
like, what's the latest Android right now?
Probably what? Highest one probably be like Pixel 2.
Okay, that's
like,
I was gonna say
Pixel 2.
I was gonna say like whatever Google Pixel.
So Pixel 2 and like
iPhone X.
iPhone X. Let's go
X,
with that.
Yeah,
all right. So like the metric is like you know those high-end gaming computers are like a server. Yeah. It's like those like things that chug numbers all day.
Yep.
So your phone is like between there and like 3 Xboxes together. That is your phone.
In your pocket, that's how much. So I was telling people, like, I asked the question, like, when do you think cyborgs will be a thing? I was like, we are cyborgs.
Exactly.
Like, we are cyborgs right now. Can you think, because like even right, if anyone asks you a question, all of the information that human beings have is in your hand. You could just Google any, like, that is so unreal.
Yep. Any
information on any topic that you can think of, you'll Google it. It can involve like food, travel, electricity, technology, like anything you can think of. It's all registered, cataloged, organized, like it's crazy. And like, if you don't have your phone on you, you feel like a part of you's gone. You actually
you physically shut down too.
You actually feel like right?
Power outage, you don't know what to do for
dude,
like 24 hours you're out.
Once your phone battery is out, your battery is out. You just lose everything.
Exactly.
Like people don't you literally can't leave your house without your phone.
Exactly. It's just like
that's how attached. The only difference between a cyborg and us is that our phones aren't physically embedded under our skin.
Unless you're wearing like smartwatches and like
even then, yeah, like
hearing aid, man. Like that's the only thing that's embedded in your skin is like a hearing aid and maybe like a diabetes pump.
Basically, yeah, like that's like
we're two things.
But we're talking more of like the cosmetology of technology.
Exactly.
Like you don't need like the insulin pump. Okay, you kind of need that shit if you want to survive.
Right.
Right. Like do you think there's gonna be a time where we have that?
Probably. Because
we are already at a point now where if somebody like doesn't have a smartphone, you are automatically at a disadvantage to someone who does. By far.
Yeah.
By far. Just what you're... Can you believe how unbelievably strange that is too, that most people don't even know?
Exactly.
They don't have a clue
they just look at the same 10 apps every day. And they just look at...
Does that bug you?
Pictures of everything in the world. I'm like, man, you have the internet, and you like that's all you have is like you there's way more things that on your phone than like games and social media and the internet and YouTube.
How often does it get to you when you see just like people like on Instagram all day?
Man, it's just like, what are you doing with your life? How are you making money? How are you surviving?
Yeah, like how did you make it this far based off of like your current life? You guys don't realize like what you oh, it's out of control. So like, do you know what the specs of an Xbox are?
It's probably like...
They have a terabyte hard drive nowadays. I know that.
But like phones can have that too.
And they can have more. They can even have like, because you can interchange it.
Exactly. You can have like a terabyte SD card.
Exactly. Like you can actually switch it out.
And if you're actually like knowing tech, you can probably like open up your phone and install like a terabyte like micro flash.
Actually, with my iPhone, they don't. Apple actually doesn't let you do this anymore. But like the iPhone like 4 and 4S, you could like unscrew the back and like open it.
Yeah.
Like I did that with mine all the time.
Exactly.
I would just open it and be like, oh look, like here's a battery, here's this, here's like it was just so fun. And like if any part went wrong, you could just like take out like I've taken out my camera and bought a new one off eBay.
Exactly.
But you can't do that anymore because Apple lost a lot of money.
Exactly.
They lost a lot of money. They can't have you interchanging the iPhone parts. But
unless you're like us and you just know
unless you know what to do.
Exactly.
But like for like a general person out there, now you really can't do it.
Exactly.
Like,
it's just hard.
Yeah. That's
how they get you, man.
That's how they get you. Is that why
they get you?
Is that why you're not working for like Apple right now? Because you're like, ah.
It's like anything I want to do with them, it's just like I can't do it.
Yeah, it just conflicts too much.
Exactly.
With what there's so we're gonna like break some myths right now. But the current like phones that you have, like you know how your data plan is like 2 years. Your phones are not built like you right now. If we wanted to, a phone can be built that will last you a decent amount of time. Like you don't need a new phone every 2 years. Like when it comes to like what you can actually do with your phone. You don't need it. The reason that these phones like go so bad is because y'all keep updating every time an update comes out. So what's gonna happen is the software in your phone is gonna be up here and the hardware is gonna be down here. So what happens? Your phone becomes really slow.
Pretty much.
Stop updating.
Unless you're Android. They just stop you. You just can't upgrade.
That's true. That's good though.
It is good.
That's not a negative. That means your phone is gonna maintain its performance without sacrificing any like volatility. You can still do shit with it, and we're not gonna let it go slow.
Yep.
Apple, no. They want your money. They want your money now.
Pretty much.
But I wish I could do. Like, I wish I could just go back in my iPhone and like, dude, it was at a point now, like with the iPhone 4s, like I think 5 was like the last one you can do it with. Like we got to a point where we were like changing out like the graphics chip and the processor in there, and it would run.
Interchangeable.
Like so if you can build a custom desktop, you can build a custom now you can't. It's very difficult now because the way that the current iPhone is built, there's no like screw that you can just unhitch and the whole thing latches off. You need to like get like the whole hair dryer thing, and you gotta like we can do it. But it's hard still.
It is.
It takes a process. And then you gotta put it back. Putting it back together is the harder part. Like taking it like off is a little easier.
It is. It was way easier.
But okay, sorry for that rant.
Oh man, it's just like phones nowadays. You don't even need to upgrade it. Like you can probably have a smartphone that's like I don't know. You probably have like whatever your new phone is. It'll last you. I'd say like 8 years, unless you break your screen. That's probably the thing that like takes off most of everyone is like how fragile they are.
You know, most people are gonna be like 8 years.
Exactly.
But think about it like this. So I am a fan of it, like future proofing certain like devices, like computer devices.
Yeah.
Now we're assuming that you're not like a professional gamer, because then it's a lot harder. However, for the average user, what are you really using your computer for? You need Microsoft Word. You need like Google Chrome. Like if you're a student, right? You need the internet. You need like Microsoft Office.
You don't even need Office anymore. You just go.
Not anymore. Now you can
Google everything, man.
You can just like Google Docs.
Exactly.
And it has it all there.
Exactly.
So it's like, what do you really need? You need a strong internet connection and Google Chrome.
You just want the bigger screen, man. Just connect your phone to a screen. That's done.
That's all. Like it's already powerful enough to maintain it.
Exactly.
So like this is what we're trying to get at. Don't update your phone if you don't need to. You can check what the updates are. So like for me, whenever I look at my phone, it's like update to the latest iOS. Apple has to release it. They'll tell you we're updating to fix this bug and that and this. But if the bug is like when you're playing video games, and look, I don't play games on my phone. I don't need the update. There's a lot of background shit going on too, and there's no sense if all you're gonna do with your phone is like Instagram, Snapchat, like social media, and like your camera. You don't need a powerful device.
Pretty much. Like the big thing is just don't do a big update. Any big update's gonna wreck your phone.
Completely
like, small
destroy
updates
it.
are okay. Like you can upgrade from like version 6 to 7, like that's probably bad. And if you do like 6 to like 6.1, that's not gonna do
fine.
anything.
Yeah, but because like when you have like that huge jump, like I said, that's what slows you down. Is that your software is far ahead of the hardware, which forces you to buy a new phone.
Exactly.
Don't upgrade. Now, like I like Apple, but they are after your money.
They are.
They're a business. Keep that in mind. And I think that like what the point of this is trying to tell you guys is you already have some powerful devices. You don't need the new shit every time. But what do you? I want to know, like, what do you think is the game? Like, why do people want the latest iPhone?
It's just so they can say they have it. Pretty much, it's social media. Right? It's all bribery, right? So it's
brag to your friends about it. Like,
yeah.
Why? Like,
it's like okay, like social media. That's probably all you do.
That's what majority of people do.
Exactly.
It's like if all you're doing is social media, stop buying new phone. You don't need it. Your phone is already powerful enough.
Exactly. If you're doing social media, just go buy a camera, like an actual camera.
I couldn't. That's actually a really good point. The amount of money you're spending on getting the latest phone, like they make a new phone every year, right? But data plans are like 2 years.
Yeah.
I think. So if you're getting a new phone like every 2 years, instead of that, just stick with one phone. Like I would keep using my iPhone 4. Like I use that thing for like 4. I use it for 5 years actually.
Okay.
5 years. And the only reason that I upgraded from it was because there were certain apps that I wanted to get, and they weren't. I could not run them on such an old software. Like I literally had like no other choice. Like I tried to run like there was like a Microsoft Office like client. That's what we can use like our MSU emails.
Yep.
So
you just can't work.
That app wasn't available for my like for the firmware I had.
Right.
So I was like, okay, now I have no option but to get the latest shit. But like in general, no, I would not upgrade my phone because I just don't need to.
Right. So like the like you can get an iPhone X for like what, $1,000,
and they're so strong. They're so powerful.
Or you could get like a mid-grade phone, right? You don't have to get the latest. You just get a mid-grade phone, and then you go buy a $500 camera, and that's gonna look 20 times better for all of your social media needs.
You don't
just send it to your phone and post it up there.
Preach.
That's all you need. And like you don't even need a $500 camera. You can get like a $100 camera, and it's still better than your phone.
If you are a social media creator, that was even if you're a photographer, like a picture says 1,000 words, and if you're like a videographer, someone like me who makes videos, it doesn't matter what gear you're using, because if better videos came from like better cameras and lights and angles, we would never have a bad movie. They spend millions of dollars on their production.
Yeah.
And majority of movies suck. Right?
Yeah.
Like in a whole year, I can count on my fingers the number of movies I remember being like, whoa, that was good.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
So it has nothing to do with the latest phone, the newest camera, what matters is the story you're telling.
The content.
Exactly. It's like, are you actually releasing stuff people care to watch? That, in my opinion, like the fancy gear, it reduces your time editing.
Like, not even that.
That's what I think.
Like, you still have to put a decent amount of editing towards it, right? If you're taking photos, you still have to color correct. You still have to do all that stuff. Like, you can get a one-shot, like, phone picture. That's gonna look okay. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna look like that top-quality professional stuff if you invest the time into editing and doing standard stuff.
Isn't that what most, like high-end Instagram people do anyway? They take a picture with, like, a DSLR camera.
Yep.
Like, one of those, like, giant ones that you, like, turn, and then they'll upload it to Instagram from their phone.
Like, not even that. Like, they'll take the picture with a fancy camera, right? They'll send it to an editor to make it all really fancy.
And then they'll throw it up on there.
And then they'll downsize it and then send it to your, like, social media. So it's like, oh, it's just really small, really high-quality image, which you're not going to get with the phone press.
Dude, I used to seriously wonder, like, how are their pictures this good?
It's just, like, better. It's just
I never made the connection, yeah. Like, because I was like, no matter how much I edit on this app, I'll never look like that. So I was like, is it my editing skills? Or is it like the like what is going on? And that's when I learned. I was like, oh, you're taking pictures with a very high-end camera.
Yep.
And you're uploading it using like a free phone.
Yeah.
Because that's the beauty of it. Like your phone memory is like, so that image that you took a picture of, it's not like your phone can store, it's like, I don't know how many like megabytes that picture might be.
Yeah.
Right? But like your phone can store that picture at that quality. Like, and then when you upload it to Instagram, it's not like if your phone is older, the quality of pictures is gonna be worse if you take it with like a better camera.
Right.
So like that's, I think it's a very common misconception. Like, there's no sense. Like, there's no. What we're trying to do is like, you can save money, you can make better content by just doing his idea. Yeah. You get like a less powerful phone if all you're gonna do is social media, right? Like, what do you actually need a more powerful? Like, what incentive would you tell people? It's like, you need the latest this.
You don't. You just do not need it.
For some, like I'll
like
tell you,
commercial. That's a whole different story.
Exactly,
because it's high quality stuff and people are expecting high quality, right?
I'll tell you like one thing about it is like, because I know phones, I don't know, but computers, I can tell you this: if you're a graphic designer or if you're someone who uses like CAD a lot,
video editing,
you're probably gonna want some more power. Like, that is like a reasonable option to buy a higher end, more powerful device, because the computing power you need to run that software is much higher. But if all you're gonna play is like, you know, League of Legends, you don't need a crazy powerful computer.
That's even the worst part. Is like, there's software caps for you. Like
that's a good point.
Your screen only displays 60 pictures per second.
Yep, FPS. You know,
right? So like, if your screen doesn't update that fast, having so many more FPSs,
it doesn't help you. Yeah, like you that was one thing that got me too. That was like when Apple released like their Retina display MacBook, I was like,
who cares?
Don't fall for that shit, guys. Don't let people fool you when they talk about like, you need the like ultra high pixel. Look, the human eye can only perceive so much. Like electronically, we can really enhance an image.
Yep.
Like, we can really make it incredible, but your eye has a limit of how much it can perceive, how much contrast you can see. Because when I checked the resolution on the Retina MacBook and on like the regular one, they're not much different.
They are
not at like, you will not notice it. Like, the only person who might actually notice it is someone like you might, because you edit pictures.
Yep.
But everyday user, you'll never know.
You'll never know.
I was like, so that's why it's there's no need for you guys to go out and buy like really expensive like gear and stuff like that, because you're not going to use it to its full potential. Like, even the camera I have right now, I don't use more than half the functions on this bitch, but it's fantastic. Like, that's why I took the liberty of I bought myself a Mac, because those things are like, really, it just makes video editing easier.
Yeah.
Everything you can do on iMovie, you can do on a PC. So don't get me wrong when I said that. I'm just saying, like, using iMovie makes life easier and more idiot-proof.
Pretty much.
That's all it is. Like, and also the videos I make don't require a large amount of editing, but if you watch like Jesse Wellens or like Casey Neistat, their videos are really cool because they're using like they're using a whole bunch of other like range of effects and whatnot. But there's no point in spending so much money up front when you don't know how to use it. And I think it's wrong for you to buy like an expensive camera and say, I'll figure it out.
Right.
I think what's a more practical view about it is, you get a camera that's not so... Actually, you don't even need a camera.
You get an affordable thing, right? And you learn its basics up until like...
Until you master it.
Yeah, pretty much until you master it, right?
Like, until where it's like, I need my camera to do this. Why don't I have this function? Like,
yeah.
By the way, for you to get to that point, you have made it.
Pretty much.
Like, currently, like, the camera I have right now is a Canon G7X. That thing does a lot.
It does.
And it's not... It was $500 off Amazon. It does a lot. And I don't think I'll ever be able to use all of his functions to like his max potential, but like there's just, what you have already in your pocket is good enough. You don't need more shit. You don't need the latest this or the newest that. like focus on the like story and like the message you're sending with the content.
Right.
I can't think of a reason for someone to buy like, have you seen like the Razer phone, like the Razer gaming phone?
Like, it's good for specific reasons, right?
What do you think it's good for? I mean, besides obviously playing games. Though,
yeah,
like,
besides mobile gaming, it's like the only thing else that's probably good for is actual videos. Like you can play videos really well on it. Like that's probably it. If you want to develop some application that requires high horsepower, that's where you're gonna use starting off. But like you don't actually need that.
Yeah, like I think we've reached a point in technology where it's like we're really overshooting the bounds here with like what you need and what you have.
Right.
Like good luck filling a terabyte of memory. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And right now you can have that in your phones. It's just like I mean pretty much like that's our time, but we're gonna summarize by like that was the message we were trying to like pretty much tell you guys about. It's like currently the technology you have in your pocket way more than what you need. It's pretty powerful if you know how to use all of it. Don't go out and buy the most expensive shit. If you're trying to be a content creator, just do the best you can with what you have, master it, then move forward. Anything else you want to summarize that with?
That's pretty much it.
So this is Steven. Thank you for coming out, man.
All right.
Steven's an incredible engineer. Thank you guys for watching. Stay fresh, stay golden.